These hands in the title screen have 5 fingers, but the characters in the show have 4. What makes these hands so special?
Everyone will have to cross our toll moat to get to the lane.
No, they won't, because the moat is in the middle of the lane. They'd have to cross the moat to get to the other side, but they'd still have to be in the lane to come across it.
Well, if it ain't the ugly duckling.
The ugly duckling becomes a beautiful swan, so it's not really an insult.
Only 50 cents.
This is not the right scam to start upping your price a quarter.
I was gonna give you guys something.
So because of Eddy's behavior, you're not gonna give Ed or Double D a jawbreaker either? That's first degree bullshit. 1 sin for Ed, and 1 for Double D. And now that I think of it, Eddy didn't really do anything that bad either. All he did was interrupt you. 1 for Eddy too. So what does Johnny do with a jawbreaker after Plank never finishes it? I'm starting to think Johnny's just using Plank to get extra jawbreakers. Sneaky douche. Does Jimmy really deserve to get a jawbreaker in 2 consecutive episodes? Let me think. Hell no!
Our modern postal system will ensure my relatives have fresh fish.
Rolf grabbed a fish, grabbed a stamp, walked up to a mailbox, and he's just now saying this? Also, why the f is there a mailbox in the lane?
Kevin's father has a new job at the Jawbreaker factory.
Giving a character that's mean to the main characters an unlimited amount of the one thing that's the main goal of the characters is a dick move. If you're gonna make the Eds suffer, why not just call the show The Kids of Peach Creek and make the Eds the antagonists? I'm basically saying the Eds are far too lovable for this shit, let alone Ed and Double D.
Too late, all gone.
I don't believe you are, Kevin. You were gonna give the Eds 1 jawbreaker each. That's 3 jawbreakers. You gave 1 to Plank, and you gave an extra 1 to Rolf. So you should still have at least 1 left. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Also, why did you give Rolf 2? Shouldn't you give the extra 1 to Naz in hopes that she'll like you more? I mean, Naz and Plank got the same amount.
Anyone got a breath mint?
I'd think Ed would prefer to have bad breath. Okay, so even if Kevin ran out of jawbreakers in the box, he could have still gotten 3 of these millions of jawbreakers out of his garage. This just makes Kevin look like a major dick.
If only I brought my anti-gravity despeculizer to repixel the hot and cold tumbler on that lock.
Maybe it's just me, but I don't think Ed has an anti-gravity despectalizer to repixel the hot and cold tumbler on the lock. And even if he did, that would still be breaking into Kevin's garage, which is illegal. All of the lands on this globe are the same color as the ocean. Is this a globe from millions of years in the future, when the ice caps melt, turning the Earth into Waterworld? That's terrifying to think of. Double D would never leave a book on the ground like this. Earlier, when we saw this drawing on the chalkboard, Eddy was just a floating head with 2 floating hands. Now he has a body, too.
We'd have a better chance of Ed growing a chin. His chin is almost as big as yours.
Somebody cure Eddy of this chin fascination. So now we know Double D has at least 3 more hairs on his head, in addition to the 3 we always see. He has more hair than Eddy, who confidently goes around completely hatless. So whatever's under there, it can't be that bad. Does Kevin's house have a roof? I mean, I can see part of a roof here, but where's the rest of it? This is still a better cheerleading movie than all the straight-to-video Bring It On sequels, and that's just sad. How did they get on the roof so fast? They weren't even invited up there. Shouldn't Ed have sucked the bricks in before letting out the sneeze? I mean, that's how it works in cartoons. The jawbreakers in the garage all look smaller than average.
Quit running!
Well, they weren't running when you said that. Kevin's on the sidewalk here, and in the very next frame, now he's in the street. Get out of the street, Kevin. Like, seriously. So much for stealing has dire consequences. Bathing in a hat. Do I even have to say what's wrong with this scene?
Could you please pass the soap?
It's right here, Ed. Get off your lazy ass. When the Eds pop out of the bathtub, Kevin's to the right of them. Kevin gets out and pulls the plug, which is also to the right of them. There's no way the Eds popped out of the drain because they would have collided with Kevin. Did they make another hole in the tub? If so, how does the water stay in the tub?
My brain came out!